In my last Hunter profile, I spoke about Scorer, and as promised today, I'll be going over Sprocket, who is the Mon Calamari mechanic playable in Star Wars Hunters. Now, if you remember back to my J3DI video, you may remember that I said about Sprocket being the creator of him, and if you didn't see that video, then I'd firstly recommend it, but secondly, you now know that Sprocket is the creator and programmer of J3, the Droid Jedi Hunter in this game. Sprocket is a technology whiz, so he likes to make use of his custom-built tech to be able to move around on his chair, and also his abilities, but he's also the creator of some of the mini games in this game as well, which we have seen in the past, like the Groz Boulder Bash game mode, where everyone played as Groz and could only use Groz's ultimate, which was a lot of fun, so I expect we'll probably see more things like that. Sprocket is also a huge fan of the arena, and before he started competing it was always a dream of his to be able to compete himself, and now he can, so he really is living the dream. As for his weapons, Sprocket floats around on a chair with 2 training remotes nearby that constantly will pepper his targets. He is also the second of the 3 support characters currently in the game, and this is heavily reflected in his abilities, in which he has 5 in total, 3 of them active, 1 passive, and 1 ultimate. His first ability is a target drone that will reveal an enemy to all allies on the field, but it also means that that target will take higher damage dealt to them, and then his next ability is a healing drone that will heal any ally standing nearby, so this is particularly useful when holding an objective. Then his third ability is kind of the opposite of the first, in that he sends over a drone to an ally instead of an enemy, and this gives them a higher defense stat, so they take less damage overall, and the damage reduction is also applied to Sprocket himself as well. As for his passive, this is called Turbocharged, and this is where Sprocket will move faster once he gets onto lower health. So if you are running away, this can be quite useful when it kicks in. Finally, his ultimate is called Ultra Turret, and this places down a big auto turret that fires on enemies, dealing some pretty significant damage. So as you can see, all of these things require drones of some sort, which no doubt Sprocket built himself. As for the skins you can expect to see for Sprocket, he's had quite a few fancy variations of his default appearance, but what I have noticed about Sprocket is that he's been getting quite a few skins where his chair is inspired by a particular starship, and then Sprocket himself will be wearing the outfit of the pilot. For example, this chair is inspired by the Bespin Cloud Car, and Sprocket is wearing the Cloud Car pilot outfit. Additionally, this chair is inspired by the Iron Squadron ship from Star Wars Rebels, and Sprocket is wearing the outfit worn by Mark Matin, the leader of Iron Squadron. So I think it's fair to say that we'll probably be getting a lot more of those kind of skins in the future, which I'm very much looking forward to. Hopefully you learned a thing or two here about Sprocket in this video. In the next Hunter profile, I'll be going over Zaina, who is the last of the 3 support characters currently in the game before launch. That is it from me today though. Thank you all very much for watching, and may the force be with you always.